everyone, Erin here again today, and take a look at the mess of ribbons that I have going on here. I have just been literally throwing ribbons into a giant box for the past while. There really is no rhyme or reason to these besides it's a mess. So I am going to take the Deflecto sign tags, not the weather erase part, but the actual plasticky part. Here's one I've already opened. It's a hard, tacky plastic. Now I'm going to show you how to organize your ribbons, and then we are going to put them in one of the Deflecto containers to help organize it a ton better. So step 2 of ribbon organization going on in my house right now is I went through and organized every little piece of ribbon and I put them in bags. So here's all, and I did it by color. Here's all my black, here's all my neutral, whites, creams, yellows and golds. There's my daughter. Oranges, I had to put it in a bag because that's the first one I'm going to organize. Blues, pink. Over here we got red. Can't even think. Browns, greens, tools and cheesecloth. And then over there I have beads and stuff. In the yellow I also have gold. In the gray I have the silver. And there's purple. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, and I haven't decided if I'm going to put all the tulle with the pink, because it's mostly pink and white and purple, or with the beads, or how I'm going to do that. Alright, so I pulled up my 3 smallest piles of ribbons, and when you leave the ribbons on the containers that you happen to get it from, or they're still in the spools, yeah, it's nice and organized, but it creates a lot of bulk. So how can we take this, make it smaller? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch holes in these. Now, this one, I think because I don't have very much gray and silver, so I'm just going to use a half a sheet. I'm just going to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exact here. If I had a lot of ribbon, like for some of my other stacks, I think I'd use a full sheet, but for this one I'm just going to use a half. Now here is my crocodile, and I'm going to use the smaller setting. For a ribbon like this, I think I'm going to use the larger one. So you can go as a larger, or you can flip it forward and go smaller. So most of them I think I'm going to do with the smaller setting, but I'm going to do a few with the larger. In case I get more ribbon, I have a place to put it too. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit there, oops, and I'm going to punch holes in my card, just like that, okay? And I'm going to go just across. I don't want to do them too close. If you don't have one of these crocodiles, or maybe you have the, this is the big bite, maybe you have the smaller one, the pink one. You could also use a, hole punch. But I like this because I can get different sizes. So I'm going to keep on punching all the way up, and I'm going to speed this up for you. I have done punching various holes in here. There's one last hole you can also do, is you can place one hole at the very top, kind of in the middle. The purpose for this is, let's say you want to make a series of cards, and then you want to place a ring on your cards and hang them, and you want to hang all your ribbons. I'm not going to store them that way because I have no vertical place to hang my ribbons, so we're going to put them in a container. But here's the next step. So the next step on this is to take all of your ribbons off whatever container that they're stored on. First one we're going to do is the twine. So this is just kind of a gray twine, nothing fancy here. And I'm going to unwind it, get it all nice and long, and then fold it in half, and keep folding it until it's a nice length, so it's not super duper long. I'm going to keep folding it in half over and over until I get it to kind of the length that I want it. So I think this is about the length of the strand that I want to deal with here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ends right here, and I'm going to poke it through one of the holes. You might want to use some sort of poking device just to kind of help push it through. You don't have to loop it. If you're going to hang this from, let's say, a wall or something, you can definitely keep it long because you can hang it up higher on your wall and then you can see them all. I don't have a wall space in my crafts room, so I got a one window behind me. I've got a wall of storage units. I have my table in the middle and my computer on the other side, and And it's open in front of me because it joins right up to where my husband's office is. We're just in kind of one big large room. There you go, you just pull it through. And then here is all of this particular string hanging right here. And then you just continue doing it the same. Now, I need to make an educated decision because I have two different, they're a little bit different, but they're pretty close to the same darn thing. Do I really want to keep both? Is this something that I need to keep two of almost, and there's a lot of this, and there's just a little bit of this. So really, do I need all of this? Probably not. So I will give this away. And do I really want to have this one and this one? If I'm going to go for a gray string, I think I'm good with just that. So I think this is going to get purged. So find a friend. I give away racks sometimes too. Taking all those pieces, purge some that I didn't want. I mean, what am I really going to do with this tiny little piece of string? I'm sure I will have a use for it, but I have enough fibers and strings and ribbons that I'm good. Oops, this one fell out. So you do have to be careful not to leave them too short because you can grab and they will fall through. So I think I'm just going to double this one over and put it in the smaller loop. This is the other reason why I like this particular thickness of plastic, this Deflecto eraser sheets, is because I can put something really thick and strong in a hole, even though it's a smaller hole, and it didn't tear or rip or anything. It's really holding quite firm to this. I've got a ton of extra holes. I didn't even use the ones on the bottom here that I can, in the future, if I ever have any more gray. And there I go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind this up in here. Now, if I wanted to, like I said, I could hang this, and you can see it hanging from wherever side of the wall. You just put a hook, and then you can put it on the side of a hall, put it in a hanger, all kinds of options that you can do. I just don't have that capability in my workspace. So I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to place it. So this is on top of my workspace that I have on my computer desk. See, there is my computer. This is where I sit almost a lot of my days. So these are the two Deflecto tilt bins. They're just resting on top of this surface here. So there's my reflection. I've got the smaller one on top of the bottom one. I don't have them nailed in. Still actually have the screws in the drawer. So because this is a smaller section, I don't have a lot of thread. I'm gonna put it in the smaller tilt bin. And then there's all of my grays. And when I'm ready to use it, I just open this up, pull this out, and I'm ready to use my thread. So here's the completed ribbon storage that I have. It's sitting on top of my computer desk so I can see it easily. I don't really have a good wall to mount it on as of yet, but I may figure out a space for that soon. So here's the beauty of this. I can take this, I can untilt it, and I can slide it out just like this. And then I can take it over to my scrapbook desk. So now it's on my scrapbook desk. I'm working with various things. I can just pull this out, and I've got it all rolled up. So I just unroll it. It's okay if this gets bent. And then I can see all the lovely colors that I want to work with for that day. So I may not be sure of what pink I want to have, but I know I want something pink. So I can just go through here and pick which ones I want. Now, some of the cool, like these ones, like this particular strand, I didn't bother pulling it all the way halfway. I just pulled it through enough so it would stay on the strand. And then some of these other ones I doubled up because they were extremely long. So it really depends on what strand you're dealing with. I did put all my tulle in here because I didn't have enough containers to go through and make a separate tulle container. And so all I did is I just took this, I just wound it up. I'm not too worried about if it's squished. I can always come back and unsquish it when I'm ready to use it. I just want to have it stored. And then I'm just squishing it in the container. It's pretty darn simple. So now that it's right there in front of my face, I'm more likely to use my ribbon stash instead of just letting it sit there. So all I did was I used the sign tags, I punched holes with my Crop-A-Dile, ran all the ribbon through, and then put them in the tilt bins and color coded them. And since I had 11 tilt bins, I sorted it into 11 colors. So thanks for stopping by. Come back again soon. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.